In this episode of Be Well Buzz Wellness Wednesdays, we want to talk about 12 foods that make you fat, sick, and depressed. But don't freak out. The good news is all of these foods are very easy to avoid once you know what they are. All of the stuff in this list involves products that have been engineered, somehow manipulated, or downright invented by man. For some, such as soy or corn, the whole untreated, unmodified food itself is not evil, but we've abused it and overconsumed them, often without knowing it, because packaged foods are filled with obscene quantities. Our bodies simply weren't made to consume the volume introduced into our diets via processed food. The foods that make you fat are not wholesome. Organic butter, grass-fed beef, or even the occasional fresh, wholesome-made, decadent desserts. Foods that make you fat, sick, and depressed are filled with chemicals and dangerous free radicals, or else they have been stripped away of vital nutrients, usually with high glycemic index, and propelling you towards insulin resistance, which equals weight gain and disease. You need to watch out, especially for these, many of which are still touted as healthy. So number one is vegetable oil, such as corn, soy, or cottonseed. These are prominent in packaged foods and highly toxic even before entering the body, as the process of extracting the oils literally creates free radicals before it hits the bottle. Polyunsaturated fats also easily become toxic in the body, whereas most saturated fats do not. Studies show that they significantly increase likelihood of heart disease and morbidity. So our number two is low-fat packaged foods that replenish lost flavor from natural fats with high sugar content. Overconsuming sugar wreaks havoc on your health, causes energy crash, well, you know the deal. Cut down on sugar by staying away from processed sweets and snacks. Now number three, it's fructose, which is fruit sugar. I've had a privilege to enjoy 5-course meals, Italian cuisine, and all that kind of stuff, and often meal begins with little fruit. Perhaps it's because fruit stimulates appetite. Well, in fact, researchers have found that fructose has no effect on hunger signaling hormones, which means it does not help you feel full and satisfied, but may even increase appetite. Eating an apple is one thing, but consuming fructose as an added sugar to processed foods may actually trick your digestive processes and significantly contribute to weight gain. Number four is corn. Well, most corn products in the US are now GMO, and the courts haven't yet required GMO labeling. Corn also is shown to have a high glycemic load, causing glucose and insulin spikes, contributing to insulin resistance, diabetes, weight gain, and other diseases. Eating some non-GMO corn is probably okay, although most dietitians today are recommending avoidance for weight loss. Nevertheless, our food supply has been flooded with tons of cheap GMO corn products, and our bodies probably could use a break. So now move to number five, artificial sweeteners. Studies have shown that artificial sweeteners actually increase appetite and carb cravings and encourage fat storage. Can you say counterintuitive? Well, number six are egg substitutes. These not only rob your eggs of essential nutrients, almost all of which are in raw yolk, but they may also be hazardous, as the compounds preventing oxidation or toxicity and damage are separated out, and the leftover pasteurized egg whites are highly susceptible and more likely to create free radicals in your body. So number seven is protein and energy bars. There are a few exceptions as new organic and smarter products are entering the scene, but 99% of what you'll find in the typical bar aisle is glorified candy filled with artificial additives, high in sugar, cheap forms of protein such as soy, often GMO, fructose, and negligible amounts of vitamin and minerals. Most of these should be avoided outright. So number eight is high sugar or artificially sweetened flavored spot drinks. You know what? That's enough said. Number 9 is table salt. This is a manufactured product that no longer resembles the mineral-rich crystals that come from the sea or Himalayas. Makers take natural salt and heat it to insane 1200 degrees Fahrenheit, killing all of the minerals, and then it's processed with synthetic chemicals, such as anti-caking agents, bleach, sometimes MSG, and other flavorants. It's not only unhealthy, but potentially toxic. Try Himalayan Celtic organic sea salt instead. Number 10 is margarine and butter substitutes. They not only cause the hardening of your arteries, but they also tend to promote fat and weight gain. Margarine is made from veggie oils or polyunsaturated fats, which studies show are linked to an increased risk of certain cancers, as well as heart disease. Eat real grass-fed butter and occasionally enjoy saturated fats from organic, raw, cold-pressed coconut oil. Number 12 is unfermented soy products, sometimes called textured plant protein in ingredient list, among other aliases. The danger is most urgent because an estimated 90% of soybeans are genetically modified, as well as heavily treated with toxic herbicides, particularly carcinogenic glyphosate. Secondly, unfermented soybeans contain high concentrations of anti-nutrients. The Japanese typically consume fermented soy products, such as tempeh, miso, and natto, and consume unfermented soy in very small amounts. There is no Japanese dish that includes a plateful of tofu as a meat substitute. Well, now that you know these 12 foods to avoid, you can make much healthier choices. Please spread this information far and wide by sharing it on Facebook, emailing it to your friends and family, so together we can make a healthier planet. See you next time.